Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Max Brown. Drew Peterson joins us now as he begins his final year here at USC.
One more, come on, have another one after. Why not?
Hey, I mean, he made a real career out of it. It's great because when we got you as a transfer, didn't know how long we were going to get you for. We really got you for 3 when we thought we were going to have you for 2, and you certainly made the most out of it so far. What does the final year look like? Give us a little rundown of what you think of this team.
It's great. We got a lot of talent again, and a little bit of a change of pace regarding how we're going to play. Usually we're known for playing through our bigs and kind of our notable NBA big guys over the past few years, and now a little bit smaller and a little bit faster. So we got more guard-oriented team, and we're going to be pushing the pace a little bit more. So it's going to be a fun little mix-up for us.
Drew, fantastic year last year. Some rumbles of maybe you're going to step into the NBA. What went into the decision to come back and play some hoops at USC?
It was a decision, talking with my family and the coaches and everything, and I figured I kind of wanted to go out on a little bit better of a note with USC and regarding March Madness, and hopefully make a deeper run, and just a little unfinished business here, and excited to come back, and love being around here in LA and everything. So it was awesome to come back, and I'm excited to finally a week away. I'm ready to go.
You mentioned a change in style for the team. I know from a football lens, if you change the offensive scheme, that's a huge difference. I mean, especially like from a quarterback position, that's night and day. For your position, having it be more of a guard-oriented offense, like how big of an adjustment has that been for you this offseason?
It's not bad because I think it's kind of coming with the change in overall the culture of basketball, how the NBA is being played, a little more positionless, and I think it benefits me where, depending on who's guarding me, I could either take, a bigger guy out to the perimeter or a smaller guy into the post. So, I'll be playing anywhere from, the 1 to the 4. And it'll be a lot of fun with being able to stretch the floor and really having potentially 5 guys on a court that can shoot all at the same time, which is a little bit different than the past few years here.
This team can really shoot, so hopefully that includes the free throw line. I know the fans are very intense about the free throw line, but I wanted to key on something you said earlier, which was sort of that last taste in your mouth to end last season. I was thinking about it. You had that incredible final minute of that game, really a heroic final minute. You end up hitting a couple threes. You get the game-time bucket. The foul comes at the other end. You actually made one shining moment, the year-end montage, for people who don't know what that is. I think people
that's
do.
My favorite. You
made it for a shot that doesn't go down because it almost went down, a half-court heave off glass. It just comes off. How did you sort of process that whole last game, and then what does that do for you going into the off season and into your final year?
I think it was funny because I think it was like during where they said the ups and the downs, and then it just went right to my clip.
A reminder.
But it's just more motivation. It's always. It was a pretty crazy situation because there's so much that felt unfinished with then Miami going on a run to the Elite Eight, and we felt like we had another good path to be able to do that. But it's just kind of getting back in the gym. We were fortunate to make the Elite Eight the prior year, and we know that a lot of those games and a lot of those situations, depending on one win, one loss, changes your seeding and who you're playing and your whole path. So it's just kind of how March Madness works, and we know that we just kind of got the short end of the stick in that regard. But we're going to do everything we can to make sure put us in a position to get a potentially higher seed or win the Pac-12 tournament, win the conference title. So we're trying everything we can, and I think this change of pace, and I think we have the talent to do it. The freshmen come in, they're all really good, and will all contribute for us. So I'm really excited for this team.
We saw you pick up a lot bigger role last year in the offense and more points production. What's the next step in your game? You think you've mentioned going to maybe 1 to the 4 or whatever in between. What's the next step in your game that you try to fine tune this year to get right?
The biggest thing again, as smaller frame as I have, other than the height, added more weight. Added about 9-10 pounds in the offseason again. So will help me, potentially play the 4 role more if need be, depending on the game style and the game plan. And then just being more aggressive and taking more control. Obviously with Isaiah leaving, it's a big piece, and Chavez and everything. So it's a big piece leaving, and as the oldest guy out there now, I'm going to have to be even more of a focal point, and I'm really working on my leadership. A big thing for me is trying to be more vocal to all the freshmen and help them come along, and something I've been working on with Coach Enfield. And you never really realize it till you get in the spot of how to manage the leadership role with the balance of being cool with the guys, but also being firm. And it's definitely something that's it's really cool to kind of see, and I'm working on every day at helping that out.
I got a Halloween question. There's a TikTok trend going on that guys wearing basketball jerseys every year is like the lamest Halloween costume ever because you can just roll with a new player every single year. Was that your Halloween costume of choice growing up, or were you more committed to the Halloween craft?
Definitely remember wearing a Grayson Allen jersey back in the day. That used to be my guy.
Oh my God!
Every year?
What a
Or,
weird
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, right.
Tripping is what did it for you. You were like, "What
love
an
it.
excellent tripper!
What a
He'll do
gritty-
whatever it takes."
Gritty player, you know. I was a fan. I grew up liking Duke. I was actually a big Kyle Singler fan for any.
God.
Yeah, I know, out of nowhere. But
Leitner guy too, probably.
yeah, exactly. But no, I that's the go-to if you forget and it's too late. Like you just kind of throw something together. But yeah, I don't put too much effort into it. I wish I got the memo. I would have wore something here. But
Yeah, no one puts effort apparently on this stage besides me. So go ahead, George.
Just mailing it in.
You know, you always get what Casey Jacobson is what people always say.
Yeah.
I feel like Max Brown, Drew Peterson could be related in some. We got a similar
Similar
mix up
hoops
here.
games for sure.
Oh,
you know?
How's the speaking of your habits? How's the coffee drinking going? How many cups a day are we at?
no, I don't go too crazy. Just 1 cup a day. On off days, no. If I have no requirements, I don't really drink
So
it.
you just really drink it to play basketball.
Yeah, it's just It's just I got to get wired
Gotta be
before the
careful
game
with that.
and stuff
You
like
gotta-
that.
It's a game day. It's a game day tradition for you.
And well, if I've got an 8 a.m. class, I'll have it in the morning. But no more than 1 cup a day usually.
Pre-workout, not a big pre-workout guy.
No, not a pre-workout guy. But we're trying to think of creative ways to get the coffee thing going this year. We're thinking of ordering in different ones. Jimmy Butler's got his coffee. Cuban, I think, is starting a coffee line. So we're thinking about changing up pregame, maybe having some different ones we're going to order in. But yeah,
Smells like an NIL.
yeah, hey, that's the goal. That's the goal.
You're too old to have 8 a.m. classes.
I know, right? No, I've only got 3 classes total right now,
because
and I have
man.
I have a singular 2-unit class next semester. So
Okay, good. I mean,
we're all focused on basketball.
freshmen can handle the 8 a.m. classes.
Exactly.
Let's let them do that. All right, Drew Peterson, as I mentioned, he will be in action next Monday.